Oh, large hail here. Oh, big hail.
Damaging hail and wind gusts. Lightning. Flooding and tornadoes are all possible weather hazards that develop in Colorado. May, June, and July are our state's most volatile months, but severe weather can strike all the way through the end of summer. The first step in alerting you to possible severe weather is a forecast called a convective outlook. This usually gives you a 1 to 3 day warning that severe weather could be headed your way. It rates severe weather potential on a scale of 1 to 5 and looks like this on our weather segments. Colorado gets a lot of marginal and slight risk days, but don't let the title of those risks fool you. Marginal and slight still means severe weather is likely, however isolated in nature. Many of those days end up leading our newscast with weather damage. The next part of the alert system is called a watch. A severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch will be issued for a large area, usually including several counties, about 4 to 8 hours before a severe weather outbreak. This means the confidence in dangerous weather occurring is high and gives you a chance to make some final preparations. The last part of the alert process is called a warning, and those are not necessarily preceded by a watch. A severe thunderstorm warning means that damaging hail 1 inch in diameter or larger, or damaging wind gusts 58 miles per hour or greater are being produced. Warnings are for a very specific area and usually means you have less than 14 minutes before impact. A tornado warning means that a tornado has been spotted, a funnel cloud that could become a tornado has been spotted, or the radar is indicating a possible tornado. On average, you have less than 13 minutes lead time with a tornado warning. Meteorologist Cory Reppenhagen, 9 News.
And Kathy's been talking about rain on Easter Sunday, and we're being told there will be some strong thunderstorms possible as well come Sunday afternoon. So far, now that you know what all this means, there's no convective outlook for that day.
Do you know what that means?
Well, I'm always looking out for something convective.
Fair enough.
I don't know what that means, but I'm looking out
You're looking for it.
If I see it, I'll tell you.